So yesterday, smoke testing, okay, and next real or actual testing, okay, sanity testing, retesting, and regression testing. All are completed in yesterday topic. Okay. Now we will discuss about other topics. So what is smoke testing? Okay. So first of all, we said that what is smoke testing? Smoke testing is conducting on every bridge. Okay. So smoke testing want to check the basic functionality of the application, check the main functionality of the application, check the critical functionality of the application is called as smoke testing. And the real and actual test. So real and actual testing means this is called as a okay first to last one will. When smoke testing was possible, okay, testing team conduct real or actual testing and executing all test cases, positive and negative test cases. Both are executed in the real and actual test. In smoke testing, only we can execute what? Positive testing only. Positive test cases only we can execute in the smoke testing. But in real and actual testing, both positive test cases are you can execute all the test cases. Either positive test cases or negative test cases, both can be executed in the real and actual testing. Okay. So this is what if your testing is conducted, then we can take the screenshots at that time. Okay. So next retesting. So retesting is after fixing the defect by the developer. As a manual tester, and after fixing the defect by the developer, as a manual tester, I am going to test the defect is fixing correctly or not. Okay. So that is called as a retesting. Okay. This is conducted on what? This is retesting is conducting on modified builds only. Okay. So same like that, sanity testing means after fixing the defect by the developer, okay, I test the fixed defect plus most related functionality to the fixed defect without any side effects is working or not. So that is called as what? Sanity testing. That is also conducted on modified builds. So same like that regression testing. So after fixing the defect by the developer, okay, so I will test fixed defect plus all related functionality to the fixed defect. Okay, without any side effects. Okay, is working or not. That is called as a okay regression test. Okay. Now I will go for another one. So what is the entry criteria for regression testing? Retesting is the entry criteria for regression testing. So next we will discuss about defect life cycle. Series from defect life cycle or bug life cycle. Okay. So what is defect? You can set this. What is defect? In testing environment. Okay. If tester check this one. So if expected results are not equal to actual results, is called as what? Defect. What is bug? Bug means in developer environment. Okay. So if expected results are not equal to actual results, is called as a bug. Okay. So developer identify the bugs and tester identify the defects. So that is the difference. Okay. So in development environment, we can find what defects here. Okay. Sorry, in testing environment, we can find defects. In development environment, we can find bugs. Okay. Developers find some bugs. Okay. So see this one. This is the one main question. So defect is identified by the tester. Okay. Okay. So defect is identified by the tester. Okay. And but the functionality is not explained in the user story. Okay. So here in this situation, the functionalities are explained in the user story, then only we can conduct what? Testing. So otherwise means we cannot conduct any testing. Okay. So defect is identified by the tester, but the functionality is not explained in the any user story. So what we can do, what we can check, that is not explained in the user stories. Okay. Test cases, test scenarios, test data is not explained in the user story. Okay. So that situation developer is not accept that defect. So how to solve this issue? So here we can schedule a meeting with the product owner. So product owner decided that. Okay, it is working or not. So in this area, testers, developers, scrum master, product owner, all are involved in this area. Okay. So first see this one. So tester. Okay. Okay. So tester provide new status. See this one. Tester provide what here? New status while reporting. So for the first time, tester report the new status. So after that, developer open that status in the development location. Okay, and change the status. See this one. After fixing the defect, you will get the email from the developer. Okay, so you will get the email from the developer. So testers can close that defect. Okay, there is no issues in that defect, so testers can close that defect. If there is any issues, so defect is again defects have find. Okay, again defects have been find. So now again we can what reopen the defect. ఓకే సో ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేయాల్సింది ఫస్ట్ టెస్టర్ అనేవాడు ఓకే సో రిపోర్ట్ చేస్తాడు న్యూ స్టేటస్ అనేది రిపోర్ట్ చేస్తాడు చేసిన తర్వాత సో డెవలపర్ ఆ స్టేటస్ ను ఓపెన్ చేసి అక్కడ ఏమైనా డిఫెక్ట్స్ ఉన్నాయా లేదా అది డెవలప్మెంట్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ లొకేషన్ చెక్ చేస్తారు ఏదైనా డిఫెక్ట్స్ ఉంటే అక్కడ వాళ్ళు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసి మన టెస్టర్స్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ కి ఒక మెయిల్ సెండ్ చేస్తారు ఓకే సో టెస్టర్ ఆ మెయిల్ అనేది చూసి చెక్ చేసిన తర్వాత దాంట్లో అగైన్ మళ్ళీ దాంట్లో బగ్స్ ఉన్నాయా లేదా అని ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తాడు సో ఐడెంటిఫై చేసి ఏం చేస్తాడు సో ఏ బగ్స్ లేవు సో అప్పుడు వాళ్ళు ఆ టెస్ట్ కేసుని క్లోజ్ చేస్తారు లేదు అగైన్ అక్కడ మనకి డిఫెక్ట్స్ కనిపిస్తుంది దాన్ని మళ్ళీ ఏం చేస్తారు టెస్టర్ మళ్ళీ దాన్ని క్లోజ్ చేయకుండా క్లోజ్ చేసిన దాన్ని కూడా మళ్ళీ రీఓపెన్ చేసే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉంది ఓకే సో నౌ సీ దిస్ వన్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రొడ్యూసిబుల్ డిఫెక్ట్ మీన్స్ defect is coming again and again is called as a producible defect. Okay, non-producible defect means defect is sometimes working, sometimes not working. This is called as non-producible defect. So non-producible defect means every defect tester action. For every defect tester action. So with reproducible steps, what are the reproducible steps? So take a screenshot which browser and version. Okay, and test data and what is username and which username and password environment. Okay, and build number. These are called as a reproducible steps. Okay, so what are the reproducible steps here? So first one is take a screenshot, and the next one is what which browser and version, test data, which username and password and action or environment. Last one is build number. Okay, so real time for every defect. See this one. So in real time for every defect, URL of the application, okay, URL asset environment, okay. So test data and the next what reproducible defect, okay, reproducible steps, okay. Defect is coming again and again is called as a reproducible steps, okay. Next last one is what screenshots. These four, okay. So what are the real time for every defect means URL of the application, environment, test data, okay, and the screenshots. So last one the reproducible steps. Here one new concept is the deferred. So deferred means postpone. So what is the deferred meaning? Postpone. So many open defects are there. So many open defects are there. They are not fixed. So in this case, developer deferred to next release. Okay, in this case, developer do not fix in the current release. So developer deferred to next release. Okay, in this case, low severity and a low priority. So severity means what? Yesterday I can told you. Okay, what is the severity? Seriousness with respect to the testing is called as a severity. Importance of the testing is fixing in the client with respect to client or customer is called as a severe priority. Okay, so defect is not is here. One question is that defect is not visible to the developer. See this one. This is the question. Okay, so what is the question now? Defect is not visible to the developer, but visible to whom? Tester. Okay, as a tester, what is your action? Okay, how to solve this issue? So this type of defects are called as a non-reproducible defects. Why non-reproducible defects? Non-reproducible defects are sometimes working, sometimes not working. So that's why in these situations, meeting with the developer, okay, and show the defects to developer. Okay, so why show the defects to developer? Actually, the defects open to the testers only, not the developers. So that's why testers can conduct a meeting with the developer and show the defects to the developer. Okay. So next question, see this one. So developer is not accepted your defect. So if provide all proofs.
Sir.
So developer is not accepted your defect if you provide all proofs. As a tester, what is your action? So first take SRS documents as per the customer requirements, and in that open all test cases. Okay. So set with the developer and conduct a meeting with the developer or a product owner or business analyst and execute the application status as per the SRS document. Okay. So here execute test cases step by step, and final if required loops business analyst with and product owner. Okay. So what is the see this one? This is a question. Developer is not accepting your defect if you provide all proofs. So what is your action here? Okay, take a SRS document. In that SRS documents, they have so many test cases. Okay, so many user stories as per the customer requirements. Okay. So next, conduct a meeting with developer. Okay, sit to conduct a meeting with developer. So conference call with developer and business analyst. So next one, what execute that application. Okay, execute the application as per the SRS document. So execute the test cases step by step. So final means if you require loops, business with the business analyst and product. Okay. So these are very important topics. So status of the defects. So what are the status of the defect? New, open, rejected, deferred, new, open, rejected, fixed, deferred, close, and last one is what? Reopen. So what is new? Tester provides new status while reporting. Tester provide new status while reporting for the first time. Okay. Next, open means developers or development lead or developer tracking team opens the defect. So rejected means developer team and development lead or DDT rejects if the defect is invalid or if the defect is duplicate, they can reject the defect. Okay. Next, fixed means developers provide the status. Developers provide the status after fixing the defects. Okay. Next, deferred means what? So developer provide this status due to time. Why means it is postponed, so not fixing the current release. Okay. So closed means what? Tester provide the status to status this defect. Okay. Tester provides a closed status after performing the confirmation testing. After performing the retesting only, we can close the defect. Okay. After performing retesting, is there again issues are arising? Now what we can do? So again reopen the defect. Why means with valid proofs. Okay. Tester reopen the defect with valid reasons or with valid proofs only. Okay. So next, defect leakage. So defect is leaked from QA tester environment to production environment. This is called what? Release. Yeah. Okay. So identified by the customers. Next question. Defect final status. Close. Okay. New, open, close belongs to whom? Testers. Okay. So testers open the first what? Tester provide the new status. Next, tester reopen the status and defect, and tester also close the defect. So in the development only what? Open, rejected, fixed only in the developers, for the developers only. Okay. New, reopen, close status belongs to whom? Testers. Okay. So next set test cycles time gap in between two sequence build releases. Time gap in between two sequence build releases. This is called as a test cycle. Next, test are defect age. So here, first what? Defect reporting date and time, defect closing date and time. So in between these two, okay, in between these two, there are 5.5 hours time is there. 10 a.m. to we can start what? 10 a.m. We can start the defect reporting date and time. Okay, and 3:30 p.m. we can close the defect date and time. The time gap is what? 5:30 hours. 5 hours, 30 minutes. Okay, so it is identified by whom? Tester. It is closed by the tester only. Okay, next defect clustering. Defect clustering means what? Find the defects as a group. So one page contains many defects. Okay, so these all topics are completed. Software test initiation, planning, designing, execution, reporting, all are completed. Next closer. So this topic we will be discussing next topic. Okay. So thank you all. Okay, you can prepare well. Okay, thank you.